This homestand, which was a lengthy one, about 5 games at home for the Chicago Bulls, and they have the Philadelphia 76ers today. Last game of the year 2023 before we come back against Philly in Philly on the second. We're going to talk about it all, break it down, have some fun, all that and more, as you already know, right here at Chicago Bulls Central. I can't even get the team right.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bull Central Pod on every social media platform. I don't know why I'm like mixing up the shows today. What's going on, everybody? It's hopefully everybody's having a good day today. Everybody's ready to see some Chicago Bulls basketball as it's game day. Chicago Bulls face off against the Philadelphia 76ers at home. They're without Joel Embiid. Last I checked, that Patrick Williams and Javon Carter both listed as questionable. I don't think we've gotten any updates as far as their status as of yet. But either way, the Bulls got to come in here and execute. You cannot overlook any team, period. The Bulls, where they are right now, you can't overlook any team. It does not matter. Does not matter who it is, what team they play for. You can't overlook them, who's available, who's not available. The Bulls need to come out and set the tone defensively early against the Philadelphia 76ers because they still have absolutely still have players on that team that can go off, and you don't want to allow them to go off on you. So Bulls need to set that tone defensively, shoot the ball well, play smart offense as a team, move the ball around, cut, move without the ball, all that type of stuff. Saw just a little bit of too much standing around watching again in the last game that kind of sent me to my PTSD just a little bit. So we need to be that team that moves without the ball. We have to do that consistently for us to win basketball games. That just is what it is. So other teams can take nights off. Other teams can do some lazy things from time to time. The Bulls, you can't do it. You can't do it. So at the end of the day, the Bulls got to come in here and just execute, man. They have to come in here and perform and play in the way that we've known and seen them do at times before. You cannot take this team lightly because they still got players on this team that will absolutely light you up if you allow them to get hot. That just is what it is. Maxey will absolutely burn you if you allow him to. Kelly Oubre Jr. off the bench, while he doesn't always have big scoring nights, he can absolutely get hot. And he's the type of player that we have allowed to go off on us before. Players that can get hot from three-point shooting. So you want to watch out for that as well, right? Tobias Harris is still a player that you don't want to take lightly by any stretch of the imagination either, because he's another player that can do it on both sides of the ball. So the Bulls got to come in here and be prepared, man. And we ended up seeing also with Joel Embiid out, it does allow for Andre Drummond to really kind of do the things that are going to be more impactful for him, not have to worry about guarding a lot on the defensive side of the ball. So that does play into those hands as well while Vooch is still out. And we'll see what this team can do, man. Really excited to see it. And we'll have some hope for this team to come in here and perform how we're used to seeing them perform. Scott LaRock in the building says, welcome to Expectations, Kobe. We are rooting for you. One of the big things, and I said this in a couple of videos ago, that Kobe White, this next adjustment period for Kobe is to now adjust to you being who the other team builds their defensive game plans around. And that is what's happening to Kobe White. Make no mistakes about it. There are teams that are now game planning just to see how they can eliminate Kobe White and what he does effectively and force him to become a driver, force him to have to get to the lane, not allowing him to stay at that three-point line and shooting, getting those easy shots. And so how Kobe White adjusts to this next phase for him is going to tell if that star level output that we've seen from him, if it's going to be consistent. So let's hope that he can. We've seen Kobe White adjust at times to games. Miami Heat, for example, that was one of the games where they adjusted well to Kobe White. And then as the game went on, he kind of found his rhythm, things like that. So Kobe White has to figure out a way to do it, man. We'll see, though. We'll see. Anthony Vargas in the building says, do you think the Chicago Bulls will trade Zach and DeRozan this season, Haize? First of all, spell the name right, brother. But Haize, what do you think? Listen, I mean, I still think that Zach is still more likelihood than Zach being traded than not. I know a lot of Bulls fans go, oh, well, there's no value. We're going to end up holding on to him till the summer. And that's probably what's happening here. And suffering succotash and all that type of shit, right? And I'm not going to act like there's not a possibility of that happening. But I still think, just like the Toronto Raptors held the value for OG Anunoby at a couple of first-round picks, guess what? They surveyed the market. They realized that value that they had for him just was not going to be out there, and they still made a heck of a deal. The Bulls are going to have to come to that realization as well. And for everybody who thinks, oh, well, there's no, it's Zach LaVine's contract. No team's going to, no, there's going to be a team that gives up because they understand what Zach can be. And keep in mind, the value that we've seen from Zach LaVine is because he was miscast as a number one. Any team that's trading for Zach LaVine is bringing him in to be a number two, and a damn good number two Zach LaVine can be. So I still think there's going to be more of a market as we get closer to the trade deadline. And I do think this trade, sending OG and Anunoby to the New York Knicks, could actually help that. I think that if this trade works for the Knicks, for example, and they shoot up the standings and start winning more games, they're absolutely going to be teams that were around that 3, 4, 5 area that look and say, hey, we got to probably do something to catch up with this. And then that may lead them, especially if they have expiring contracts. Now, let me keep in mind by saying that the Bulls still aren't going to get a great deal back for Zach LaVine. Like, if you're expecting, like, I still see people who still say, we got to get Pascal Siakam. If you think the Bulls are going to get a player the level of Pascal Siakam for Zach LaVine, that may be where you have to start pumping your brakes at a little bit, my guy. But I still think that Zach's going to be moved. DeMar, I go back and forth on the DeMar thing because they're still far apart on the contract. They're not nearly at the place of being able to reach a contract extension. And to me, if you can't reach a contract extension, if you get into January 20th and there's no contract extension for DeMar DeRozan, you guys are still far apart on both money and years. To me, you got to take the best deal for him to get something back rather than lose him for nothing, in my opinion. Now, as we know, AK looks at the world differently. He may look at that and say, hey, you're an idiot. I'm going to hold on to him and we're going to roll the dice in the offseason. And I don't think that's going to be the best scenario and situation. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. JK says, hopefully this is a bounce back game for Kobe since he saw them 2 threes from downtown go in. Let's get this double. Keep in mind, those 2 threes weren't in a row, and he saw one go in and then missed the next 2. So, overall, I hope so. And I think that Kobe's going to work himself out of it. Ty Holland says, this is still a hard game without Embiid. I'm just curious to see how Kobe adjusts his play and bounce back. Completely agree with you, bro. This is not a game that they can take lightly in any stretch of the imagination. It's getting to be time for the Bulls to show this month's success earlier in the month wasn't a fluke. I agree with you, Joe. Definitely agree with you there. TBO says Haize is a true GOAT. Well, thank you for that, bro. I appreciate you on that one, man. Nah says, yo, get this win, C-Red. Hey, I really hope the Bulls can get this dub, man. That's it. Like, you guys know, at the end of the day, I'm a very simple man. There are a few things that make me happy in life, man. My kids, my family, and the Bulls and Bears winning sports games. Like, that's it. If those things happen, it's all good, bro. That's all I need in life. That's all I need in life. And midget strippers. But that's a story for another day. We're not going to get into the midget stripper thing, but story for another day. What's up, Haize? What's your New Year's Eve plans? Getting absolute shit-faced, wasted, and cross-faded. That's it. That's it. Period. Point blank. Don't look for me. I'm not streaming. If Zach LaVine gets traded New Year's Eve at 10 p.m., I'm already going to be far too drunk to do anything. So I'll see you guys the next day. That's just kind of what that boils down to, my guy. So yeah, you got to look out for that one, man. Let's see what else we got. Humble Services, welcome to game day. Another day at Haize Sports Bar. Let's get it. That's funny that y'all on the sports bar thing. How you doing, Haize? I'm mostly okay, my brother. I'm mostly okay. I'm out here living, man. Lex Carson says, Haize, we don't need Zach. No, I'm sorry. No, and that just isn't just a Zach thing. You don't need any player that you haven't won a playoff series with and that hasn't single-handedly put the team on their back to get you through a playoff series. Those are players that you need. Until you see that, you can't say you need any player. I'm sorry, you just can't. And now, like I said, that's just not a Zach thing. I wouldn't say that about DeMar. I wouldn't say we need Vucci. I wouldn't even say we need Kobe either. I will say that out of what we have right now, Kobe's probably the best going forward into what we have. But I won't say that we need a player until I see that player absolutely put this team on their shoulders on the playoff series and they say, hey, we about to win these 2 games to knock these motherfuckers out, and they cook. That's when I'll start saying we need a player. I have a very high barrier for saying we need anybody. That's just me. Archangel in the building says, I wasn't worried about Patrick 100%. Mentioned that last live stream, and now he's questionable rats. I mean, listen. The thing is, Pat is Wolverine, man. He heals faster than anybody that I know. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Stage is in the building. Says Chicago Bulls Central. Instead of trading away Zach, any trades you see us making to get someone to Chicago like Buddy or some 3-point shooting player? No, I think it all hinges on Zach. We just don't have the cap space. Now, I mean, we do have a disabled player exception, things like that, but I don't see the Bulls pulling that type of trade because it pulls them into the luxury tax. Now, I will say this: if DeMar gets traded before Zach, probably are going to look for a 3-point shooter back if we can get one out on the market. Still think you have to take the best deal, but overall, I think everything kind of hinges first on that Zach trade. That's what I think. Let's see. I agree with you, bro. Too much stand around. I'm ready to give the ball to Pat and let him bring up as a point. And let's try that. I like what I've been seeing. Hey, Pat, like the thing is, right, is Pat has always been a solid passer. The thing with Pat is, and he did work with dribble too much, but the thing with Pat is that it's not that he can't dribble. It's that when the pressure's on and you're trying to also go get around somebody who's trying to put a body on you, that's where Pat can't dribble at. When it just comes to creating that quick first step to create separation on the baseline, Pat is really good at that. But when it comes to like somebody trying to front him, put that body on him, that's when it starts getting difficult. So if Pat can this offseason really work on that ball handling, keep the aggression that he's been playing with and the heads-up plays that he's been making, I could definitely see Patrick Williams being a point forward at some point in this because he has the passing. It's just that dribbling to create separation when somebody's just trying to get in your hip pocket, right? When somebody's doing the I'm trying to stop you from driving, Pat's going to get past them more times than not, especially if they're another 4. But it's he got some things he need to work on, bro. Is all I'll say. Jack Holland in the building. What up, Haize? Let's get this dub, my brother. What do we do if Kobe never comes back around? Not saying trade him, but how do we pivot if Kobe can't sustain his recent play? Not knocking Kobe, love the kid. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Even if Kobe comes down, right? And this is the thing that I've had to come to my realization on. Even if Kobe with his, because I trust that the rebound is going to stay the same. The assist numbers are going to stay the same because that's more of a basketball IQ, patience, and we've seen that develop from Kobe over years. And I don't think those are going to change. But if the scoring comes down, let's say the scoring comes down and Kobe becomes, instead of a 27 point per game scorer, it's more like a 18, 19 point per game scorer. And he still gets you 5 or 6 rebounds, 5 or 6 assists. That's still a damn good player. Right now, is that the star level output that we've seen from him? No, but that's still a damn good player. You don't need to pivot. Now you just need to add to that. You need to find pieces that are either better or complement them, and that's it. That's just this next phase of the Bulls is not going to be about it. And let me go ahead and let you guys ease those expectations. This next phase for the Chicago Bulls is not going to be about having a superstar level player unless a Kobe, a P. Will, or Io develop there, or they get lucky in the draft, whoever they draft this year or whatever else ends up turning into that player. But other than that, this next phase of the Bulls, be prepared for this being the modern baby Bulls era for a while. We're talking about 3 or 4 years where it's not necessarily about having the big time superstar, but it's about having a team that's built so well constructed that the pieces fit together and the sum of the parts are better than the individual pieces. Think the Luau Dane, Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon, those Bulls teams before they got Derrick Rose. That's what this next phase of this team is going to look like for a while. Now, they're going to try to draft and hope somebody's going to hit that star to superstar level that they draft and develop. But you're probably not going to have even a player that was like Zach LaVine's best season here. Unless Kobe ends up being that, you're probably not going to have that for a while. So this next phase isn't about stars per se, right? You still want your stars. You want to develop them, but be prepared for it to be a while before the Bulls get to having that. And that's all I mean by that. You guys can let me know what you think on that one. They caught a body. I'm out here. I had nothing to do with that. That's okay. Well, that's wild. I don't care about Joel Embiid. Is the best 3-point shooter in history. Korkmaz against us playing tonight. That's funny. He's not he does kill us, and I'm sure he probably is playing today. Pat and Javon are playing. They're off the injury report. Well, good shit. Good shit. That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. That Pat and Javon are both. Yep. I haven't seen that. Let's see. Where are you seeing that at? I just want to verify because I'm not seeing it on the Bulls Twitter. I'm not seeing Daniel Greenberg's tweeted it out. If you're going off the injury report off ESPN, that's not always accurate. I'm not saying that you are, but if you're looking at that, it's not always accurate. It almost makes me more nervous when the other team's players sit out. We seem to do better when we play the opponent as expected. I mean, hey, there is something to say to that as well. What's good, my G? Hope all is well. What do you say to people who say they should trade Vooch and start Drummond? They're idiots. That's it. MC season, they're idiots. I'm sorry if that offends anybody. But if you think that Andre Drummond legitimately should start over Nikola Vucevic, you're an idiot. If they're both healthy and you think that, you're stupid. You're basketball illiterate. That just is what it is. It's a Bulls type of night. Rebounding will be big this game, and Kobe needs to shoot with confidence. Completely agree with you there. What's up? Just wanted to say, after seeing Dalen Terry's mom, I feel judged. Delonte West unfairly. Now that is hilarious. Shout out to Jamal. Man, that's crazy. All I can say is that she follows me. That's crazy. That's crazy. Uh, Zach needs a floor general to tell him what to do and maximize his efficiency. I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, I don't think you're off on that. I think when we've seen Zach play some of his best basketball, and I don't just mean get the best numbers, I mean play the best basketball, which those two things can be different. Zoe, Pat Bev, right? So there's something to be said with that. That's not a bad point, brother. Rob in the building says, earlier this month, Philly had a 6 game in a row stretch playing Atlanta, 6 game in a row stretch playing Atlanta, Charlotte, and Washington twice, and they lost to us. I wish we had a stretch of games that soft this year. Well, we have the second easiest schedule in the NBA going forward, so I'm sure there'll be a stretch like that somewhere in there. Bull Central, what do you think about a possible Levine trade for Jay Randall? If you may be new here, Blake, I hate Julius Randle. He only goes left. Like, it just next time you watch Julius Randle play, just watch. He literally only goes left. Now, I mean, listen, if that ends up, and I've always said this too, you got to go with the best alpha that you get, the best talent that you can get. And if Julius Randle ends up being that best talent, you got to take it. But I'm not high on Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle is one of those guys who he's always going to have a great month or two, but he's going to die off every single time, and he's going to suck in the playoffs. But hey, I mean, some people say that same thing about Zach LaVine. I don't, but some people say that. Matthew says, "No, bro, why did you put a teardrop on the thumbnail of Zach LaVine?" I mean, listen, it is what I think. I feel like that thumbnail speaks for itself. I feel like you ever, like, only my other creatives can really understand this. We got Quentin from Let's Talk Bulls in the building, but there's sometimes as a creative when you make a thumbnail and you just sit back and you like, that's the one. The other one was in the offseason. I found an image of like Torrey Craig pointing down, and I put like, hey, if Patrick Williams isn't prepared, he's going to lose his starting job. And it was like Torrey, and it made it look like Torrey Craig was telling Patrick Williams to set his ass down. Now that was before the season started, before Pat eventually did lose his position and come back. But it was like that was also one of those thumbnails I was like, hey, that's a fire ass thumbnail, bro. So it is what it is there. Hopefully, Pat can get up more than 14 shots tonight. He has to be even more aggressive with both Zach and Vooch out. Patrick Williams needs to let the game come to him. It's not about a number of shots, because we've seen Pat have 12 shots and get 20 points if he's playing efficiency. So I'm not one of those people, and that's just my methodology. I don't come in saying, oh, you need to go out there and get your 18 shots. I let the game dictate how you play. Take what's given to you and then extend it from there and learn and fill that game out. I'm not going to say there could be a game where Patrick Williams plays a perfect game and only has to take 9 shots. It's just the rhythm of the game is going to determine how you need to play that game. And Patrick Williams has been filling out that rhythm a lot better here lately. So if it comes via him taking 14, 15 shots, so be it. But I won't say that I necessarily say you got to go out there and get it. So let's see what else we got. What's good, Haize? Hope your day was G-Man. Just a reminder that the knee-jerk fans that Kobe and Paul will have poor performances. Man, even Curry went 0-8 from the other night. It's all sport. Go Bulls. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to try to make these hardline stances off things that are literally just sports. It's just sports. It happens to everyone. Hey, listen, all I can say is I got some 1,000-milligram gummies. That's it. That's all I can say on that. That's why I'm like, once I take those motherfuckers, there ain't no recording. It ain't happening, bro. Like, it ain't happening. What's going on, fam? To our one Twitch watcher and supporter over there. Let's see. $100 super chat of Haize stream at 11:58 p.m. tomorrow. Let's go. Oh, see, you're trying to entice me, my brother. But no, I will not be streaming at 11:58 tomorrow. Listen, that's my time to get absolutely wasted, bro. I appreciate the offer at $100 super chat, but no, man, I'm gonna be wasted, bro. I love hearing you roast the dude who called in about Zach. Dude needs to chill before he end up mouth to never mind, bro. Hey, listen. Hey, so again, because I'm petty. And so, like, in my spirit, when Petty Roosevelt hears something, he's like, oh, yeah, it's time to wake up. I was listening to that voicemail. It was a long-ass voicemail. So it was like 3.5. The voicemail only goes 3 minutes, so I had to be 3 minutes. About halfway through that voicemail, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm about to cook this motherfucker. And I really got happy and excited. And I'm concerned about that for me and who I am as a person, that I get that excited when I know I'm about to roast somebody. But, it is what it is, man. Let's see what else we got in here, man. I think we can keep Zach and get rid of DeMar in the offseason and just play our young guys. I think they'll be ready. Listen, I get it. Everybody keeps saying it. Keep in mind, Zach does not want to be here. Everybody who keeps trying to cook up these scenarios, well, I think, listen, if we just do this and we can do that, and Zach will end up staying, and then we can get Zach back, and then Zach can do this, and Zach and Kobe, they're going to be the next. It's not happening. It's not happening. Zach does not want to be here. That's it. And that's cool. Like I've said before, I understand the reasons why Zach doesn't want to be here. I don't agree with how he went about it after the trade rumors came out, but I understand why he didn't want to be here. Now, theoretically, could Zach LaVine fit really, really well into what we're doing here and the way we're trying to play? Absolutely. But when somebody doesn't want to be here, not to say that it's never happened in the NBA. There have been players that have requested trades. They end up staying. They even sign extensions with those teams. But this doesn't feel like that. This doesn't feel like that. Honestly, if you're going to get up on folks and play defense the way Patrick Williams does, you're going to get nicked and scratched every once in a while. Oh, facts. Like, and Patrick Williams has gone to a solid defender. So he's one of the best defenders in the league per the statistics and what they'll tell you right now. And so I want to see him keep increasing. But yeah, Patrick Williams is playing a really good brand of basketball right now. CM Sharp says Zach for Mikal Bridges or Terry Rozier is the perfect trade to get most out of these trade complementary pieces and picks come out of it. Let Terry Rozier, no, you can keep Terry Rozier far up off my team. Now, if the Nets would seriously consider taking Zach LaVine back from Mikal Bridges, you have to explore that because Mikal Bridges being a 3-and-D wing, it's not like he's a shutdown defender, but somebody who is going to be active defensively. I really like. Couldn't you imagine a starting lineup of Kobe White, Alex Caruso? You then have Mikal Bridges theoretically at the 3, or you can even start him at the 2 while DeMar's still here, whatever happens there. Patrick Williams and Nikola Vucevic, like that is a nice mix of offense and defense that you have. Those are players that like to get out in transition. Mikal Bridges is also a solid passer, not a great passer, but a solid passer. But I just don't think that you're going to get that type of deal for Zach LaVine. With what we hear right now, I don't think it. Man, that's a part of me that would love to see Terry Rozier on this team before he loses all his muster. I'm good on that. I am really good on Terry Rozier. I'm really good on Terry. Putting down a 6-pack was the norm, was normal me. 91, 92, 93 through 6, 97, 98 for the 3-peat. Absolute greatness time to be a Chicago Bulls fan. I'm sure, like, listen, I like if podcasting was a thing back there, man, those guys would have had so much fun, man. So much fun. Since Pat said P. Will don't finish with his left, I can't stop seeing it. He should work on it in mind. Oh yeah, that comes down to a comfort thing. But he definitely needs to. Because if you can finish with both hands, hey, that's something different. Steve-O in the building. What's going on, Drewski? What's going on, brother? Glad to have you here, man. We got celebrities in the building. Shout out to Drewski for coming through, man. Y'all ever seen Drewski stand up, bro? That's crazy. Shout out to my little brother Steve-O, man. Kobe, even without the 3-point shot, has developed himself into a solid player. Good IQ, solid defense, and pretty good finisher at the rim. Pause. I won't say he's a good finisher out there. I can't say that. Now, the float game's starting to come around for him, and he definitely has a layup package. But I struggle to say that he's a good finisher at the rim yet, and maybe that's just me holding on to right. I've admitted several times it takes a while for me to turn my rhetoric on you. So but he is getting better doing that. I'm very impressed with what I've seen from Dalen Terry the past couple games. He's grown tremendously from getting playing time in just a couple of weeks. Yeah, and that is why Bulls fans get on Billy Donovan about not playing the young players because listen, you develop through playing. Some people can develop through watching, right? Some people need to play. Thule says, I know Haize not a big on DDR, but I am. I feel like he definitely helped with P. Will's development, and I might be off it by I feel like he got Mamba mentality. Also been drinking whiskey. You think Patrick Williams has Mamba? You're talking about DeMar. You can have Mamba mentality, but you got to have Mamba skill. And the fact of the matter is, like, part of Mamba mentality is also wanting to shut down the opponent defensively. And DeMar sure as fuck ain't got that, bro. Like, let's be clear. DeMar ain't stopping you while you're drinking your whiskey from scoring a basket. Like, it's not happening. It's not happening. Man, I was taking a break to start the year. 1,000 milligram is the minimum to make me feel something now. I need to chill off the eddies and bong. 1,000 is the minimum? Bro, what is everything okay? Is everything okay at home? Like, what really, bro? What's wrong, man? 1,000 is the minimum? The minimum. Let's be clear. I just want to make sure I'm understanding you right. You said 1,000 milligrams is the minimum. That's crazy, bro. That's wild, bro. You going through some shit, man. You going through some shit. Haize with the Eddie high reporting about the Zach trade will be fired. Hey, bro, that see, I wouldn't even put that out, man. That's crazy. Bro, I took a 300 milligram edible and still haven't recovered right. So New Year's, I'm chilling. That's funny. That's hilarious. Lil Famo says, hot take. Is the Zach situation like Laurie's not a bad player, but just don't want to be here anymore? No, I don't even think it's necessarily that well, Zach isn't a bad player. Let's just be clear on that. He's not a bad player. But I think it's different from Laurie was suffering from a confidence issue. Zach isn't suffering from a confidence issue. I think Zach realizes, hey, I just want to win, bro. I'm about to be 30. And it's something about, as we know with NBA players. Now, you can still have a career well after 30, right? I'm not saying you just fall off a cliff after 30, but you start seeing your mortality in the NBA after the age of 30. And so as Zach gets closer to that, he's probably looking around and saying, hey, do I want to be Russ? I don't want to be Russ. I don't want to be that. Immortal Beast in the building says, to be honest, however it goes, I feel like DeMar fits with this team. Yes, he's older play, but he provides more IQ and effective scoring than Zach, in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing. I won't say it's more effective, but I will say this is that DeMar, the way that he plays is something that's more sustainable as you get older. It just is what it is. Now, I will say this, we're seeing more people adjust and not bite on as many pump fakes as before. So how many players with big trade kickers like Zach has in his contract go back on trade requests? I can promise you his agent would not be thrilled with that. 10% of 45 million is very motivating. I mean, that's crazy to get a trade kicker like that. That's DeMar not stopping nobody. DeMar ain't guarding a goddamn soul, bro. He's not guarding a damn soul. It's just not happening, man. Just popping up in quickly to wish everyone a happy new year. Let's go Bulls. Bring on a great year of the Mamba. That's funny. The Bulls will make the 8 seed. Listen, Delbert, every prediction you make doesn't happen, bro. I would honestly wish that you stop making predictions. I love you. You're a big supporter here. I never want you to leave, but I do want you to stop making predictions. Every prediction you ever make goes left. Everyone. It's like you have hex magic like fucking Wanda in WandaVision, bro. You gotta stop making predictions. It never helps. It literally never helps, bro. Every time you make a prediction, some shit goes wrong, bro. Just stop it. Stop it, bro. Just stop. Don't do the predictions no more, my guy. Don't even worry about it. BL Jess is $5. The podcast has officially turned from Chicago Bulls Central to at the Awaken. So how? Wait, how did this turn to the Awaken? What happened? What happened? Sexton or Clarkson would be perfect. Well, y'all listen. Y'all really be playing 2K. 2K has ruined y'all brains, bro. It's just really ruined y'all brains. Like I like video games in general. Like what we doing here? What are we doing? And the big homie says, what up, Drip? I'm excited to see how this team bounced back from a loss. Let's see if their mindset has evolved from the start of the season. Let's go Bulls see red. Completely agree with you. Trust me, we bring in Felicio back and Courtney and John got that's what are you smoking? With Embiid out, how many boards is Dre getting tonight? Oh, that's a really good question. I would say this, yeah, 20 at the minimum. Like when you look at the Philadelphia 76ers lineup now, Paul Reed's probably going to be starting, right? We're probably going to see some of Kenny Lofton Jr., Mo Bamba. Yeah, this is a game where listen, I would not be surprised, honestly, if Dre has between 20 and 28 rebounds today. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised at all. Teo in the building. What's going on, brother? Glad to have you in the building as well. By the way, I need y'all to show up and show up loudly, man. Y'all see these other shows trying to do pregame shows now? Come on, man. We all know who started that. But yeah, man. So I'm really excited about this game. I'm always excited to see Bulls basketball. I think that's like a default setting for me. I'm always excited to see Bulls basketball. It's such an important part of my life. It has been literally my whole entire life. Um, yeah, I remember when I used. Never mind. I'm not gonna share that story. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I almost just embarrassed myself. Not gonna share that story. By the way, those DeMar DeRozan custom up tempos, the red and black ones in the Bulls colors, are available. They are on sale for $170. I just want to make sure that everybody, I'm not going to give you the site. I'm not going to do it because I can't give away. All I can say that it's easily findable if you want it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say. So if you want them, go get them. That's all I'm going to say on that one. They fire. They got them in red and black now too. And I'm definitely ordering mine next week. Like, because these are sexy. I got like 3 fits that'll go with them. Y'all want to see them? I know y'all already know what they look like. I shouldn't even show y'all. I'm sure y'all already know what they look like. I'm gonna show them anyway, though. I'm really gonna show them anyway. But I know that y'all probably already know what they look like. And these mugs are sexy. I gotta have them. Now, when they were white, when the white and red ones, I had to have too. But these are even better. Like, hold on. Like, just look at these. I gotta have them. Like, it's just, it's you ain't even gotta worry about it. They are already in the cart and they will be getting ordered. You ain't got to worry about it. I will be wearing these at Bulls Fest next year. That's the first. I'm going to buy them, and I'm not going KTOD them until Bulls Fest next year. Don't even worry about it. Let's see what else we got. Archangel says, I'm more worried about this game with Embiid out. A lot of people share that sentiment, Archangel. Yo, Haize, how much do you hate the Kobe and Linsanity? Oh, with passion, bro. With absolute passion. This is a game where Adamas should get some playing time against Bamba and Lofton if they're the backup. Should. And this is Billy Donovan. He don't live by should or could or make sense. He lives by gum. That's what it is. Gum. And whatever sticks with that motherfucker. Like, that's it. DeMar do suck on defense, but I think he has a positive impact on young guys for the most part. You think P. Will mid-range game is as good without him? A lot of his game reflects DeMar. Yes, because listen, if it's about training. And I think that, to me, now that we have a player development staff, I trust that way more than working with DeMar. P. Will worked 2 summers with DeMar, and it took him 20 games, a whole season and 20 games to finally start looking like it. I'm not worried about it. That's why you have a player development staff out there. Haize, you had to remove your glasses and ask that man if he's okay for averaging high quality edibles. Haize went to Counselor Johnson. That's hilarious. Listen, to need 1,000 as a base minimum, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Them shoes, no, they thick as hell, my boy. But I do got the white ones. Yeah, bro, those shoes, like, because I had a pair of up tempos back in the day. Those motherfuckers, like, your ankles got to adjust to wearing them motherfuckers, bro. Because, like, it's deep. But listen, I'm getting them. It is what it is. I got to get them. I got to have them. Gum. That's what I said. Some of y'all need weed rehab and won't admit it. Hey, listen. See, wait, don't come in here judgmental, Seaway's world. What are we doing here? We need to trade DeMar for Brandon Ingram. If you think, Travis, listen, I just put the damn glasses back on. Travis, if you think the Bulls are going to get Brandon Ingram back for DeMar DeRozan, I need you to put down the crack pipe. I need you to put it down. Stop sucking on that glass dick, because right now your brain is fried, bro. This comment is literally could be used as, this is your brain on drugs. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Put the white powder sugar down, my guy. That's what we doing, man. What are we doing? That's as close as 6 foot tall Bobby will get with them shoes. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Go time yourself out at Travis. And hey, man, Travis is tripping, bro. Something's going on at home. Something is definitely going on at home. I don't know what it is. Something's happening. So let's hope and pray for him, though. Let's hope and pray for him. We've had trauma as Bulls fans. That's why we on week. That's hilarious, man. You got to deal with that differently, bro. I told you, you got to go and just find somebody that's going to give you the choking stroke. So, hey, you know damn well you can't see. Put them glasses back on in my skip bag. Listen, I can fake it till I make it, my guy. I can't see shit. Like that one time, I don't know if you were around, Mark, but there was a week. This was like last season where I could not find my glasses, bro. And I was like this, trying to read comments, bro. It's crazy. Wonder how our resident lurker is doing today. I don't know where Mark K is, bro. I have no idea what that motherfucker's doing. I have no idea. I have none. I've been trying to catch these pregame shows more lately. Well, everything Bulls, we appreciate you being able to check them out, brother. Let's see if we got the starting lineups released yet. I can't imagine there'll be any differences or changes made to the starting lineups, but you just never know. Let's see what 2K trade suggestions we get today. Hey, man, y'all be tripping on the trade suggestions, man. Real talk. Be straight tripping. I don't even know what the fuck be wrong with people, bro. It'd be like, hey, yeah, what did that one person say that one time? Oh, do you think we can get damn, who was it? I can't remember. It was the trade. It was like, you think we can get damn, it was somebody crazy. It was like AD trade Kobe or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about right now? Hey, I'll be the same way. I can't see without my A, man. Listen, I'll be trying. Haize, you starting today? I'll take you over Pat. Oh, what? Whoa. Listen, you don't want my 5'10" ass out there starting in power forward. I'm not doing that shit. I'm smart because I'm gonna you post me up, I'm shooting you. That's it. Like it's not. We ain't got time. I ain't finna be fighting nobody. Like I'm gonna shoot you. I mean, no, I'll whoop your ass, but I'm just saying, like, if you trying to post me up, I ain't got time for that. Tobias Harris comes try to post me up, I'm shooting you. You ain't got to worry about it. I'm shooting you. I'm never giving up on Kobe, as you shouldn't. You should not. Sydney, why do you ask the most random questions? It was a hug between a player and a coach. Like, that's it. It's not nothing intricate to it. It was a hug. What's good, Haize? As far as trades go, I want the Bulls to be at a position of strength trading with a desperate team with assets. Which team might that be for us? I have my own ATL in Sacramento. The thing is, man, I don't see ATL or Sacramento being that desperate to give up. Like, don't get me wrong, Sacramento has a lot of pieces that we could want. I don't know if I want anything Atlanta has that's realistic for the Bulls. Mark Shannon says, damn, bro, we the same height. I thought you was at least 6. Everybody thinks I'm super tall. I'm not. I got big dick energy. That's all that is, bro. And I'll fuck a motherfucker up because I throw hands and I fight real good. But other than that, that's about it. Talking about fits, that hoodie. Man, listen, thank you. First of all, thank you. I love this hoodie. If y'all can see the back, hold on. Damn, it's lower. Never mind. It's like right here in the middle of my back. I'm not standing up. But I'm pissed because they had this hoodie as a Bears hoodie too. And there's a bear logo on the back and it's in flames. And I was like, I need it. Completely sold out everywhere. New Era, Lids, Fanatics, everywhere sold out of it. All they got it in is a fucking small. And I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Bro, I'm a whole 5'10", 210 pounds, and probably stronger than half the Bulls roster. Oh, for sure. Listen, I don't even doubt that, bro. You also work out every day. Starters are out now 1 minute ago. Kobe, Caruso, DeMar, P. Will, and Andre Drummond as your starting lineups today. Haize got on a hoodie with basketball. Absolutely, I got basketball shorts on. See? Absolutely. Y'all lucky I got shorts on at all. Sometimes I podcast and my dick be out. Y'all just don't know it. I just be sitting here like, let me stop playing with y'all. I'm just playing. I'm just talking shit. Jamal in the building says, I can kind of see what you mean, Haize, but keep in mind Atlanta also has the trade exception from John Collins deal, which makes it easier to make money work. And right now they're sitting outside Tennessee. Well, keep in mind though, you can't combine your trade exception with other salaries, so they can't absorb Zach in it. the trade exception isn't large enough, and you can't combine salaries that you have to absorb a player fully into your trade exception, and then everything else can match out. So I don't necessarily know if that makes him a really good fit for the Bulls, but hey. I got some J's that would be perfect with that hoodie. Well, send them my way, Jamal. See, you don't really love me like that, bro. You would have sent me the J's and you were like, here, Haize, for the 1,000 days straight you've been podcasting and giving me content, here go a pair of J's for you, my guy. Like that's what a real person would have done. Like that's what no, I'm just Jamal's my dude, man. I just had to talk some shit. AC hopefully matched up with Maxey, going to be fun battle to watch. No, I want Kobe to own that matchup. Like I want Kobe to own that matchup. How would you feel if we had a trade centered around Levine for Jaden Ivey, Wiseman, and Joe Harris? Who would you include on our end? For me, it would be Carter. I definitely think there's a chance Javon Carter may go with Zach Levine to kind of open up a roster spot and a little bit more salary. But keep Wiseman far. I don't want Wiseman to sniff the United Center. I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that. Keep him far away. That color works for you. Hey, thank you for that, Archangel. I appreciate you for that one. Dalen Terry, mama freaky. What did she do? That's crazy. What did she do? Don't do it, Jamal. My Chi-Town Sports Central t-shirt is still out. Man, listen. If you knew how busy my life has been, bro, that's crazy. Jay Lee says AC as a help defender. No, AC as a defender, period, is legendary. His point of attack defense is way better than the help defense. But all right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up the pregame, man. We got about 18 minutes until the show starts. What Dalen Mama on? Hey, listen, everybody been on. She follows me. That's crazy. Dalen Terry Mama follows me, which is weird. Y'all go sign up for the new NBA Central page. Let's get it to 1,000 by February 1st. Thank you for that, Ant the big homie. Go ahead and put that link in there for him. I don't even know if BL Jet has the new NBA Central link, like because we gotta build up the new NBA Central page. YouTube was fucking with us. So yeah, we had to change and flip up the page some. So y'all go subscribe over there. We had 1,600 subscribers. We only got 59 at the new page. We need that over there. Can you explain the trade exception one more time? I thought that, for example, if you're dealing Levine $40 million, then we can take back $30 million salaries from ATL because of the $10 million exception. So no, the way the trade exception works is that, for example, let's say we're trading Zach Levine and Javon Carter to the Atlanta Hawks. Javon Carter, because his salary is less than their $10 million exception, he can be absorbed into that trade exception, which means that technically at that point, the Hawks would only have to match the $40 million of Zach's deal, not the $40 million plus of whatever Javon Carter's deal is. You can only absorb one player into a trade exception. You can't combine a trade exception. For example, like you can't have a player that makes $30 million and a $10 million trade exception and say, boom, these two things equal $40 million. Let's get Zach Levine. You still have to match the salary of Zach Levine without the trade exception, but then you can use that to take on extra pieces in the deal. That's how that works. You can either use the trade exception straight up to absorb a player, or you can combine it in a large deal per se, but you still can only assign that trade exception to one player. You can't aggregate salaries in a trade exception, I guess is the better way to explain that. I got my lunch money from the third grade. That's hilarious. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, though, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. Hit the subscribe button as well, as we're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of this season. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Double check that you're subscribed. A lot of people think they're subscribed just because I post so much. I'm always in their goddamn algorithm. So make sure you guys are subscribed. But otherwise, man, follow the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And we'll be back at halftime. We'll be back post game. But like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See you right if you can, y'all.